So I just want to talk to you guys very briefly about two little things, well, two, because they're not little, they're big, it's the gospel, but two things we saw in today's gospel, just to kind of go a little bit deeper, briefly, but a little bit deeper to see what these two realities, these two experiences that Christ is talking about. And so one is this idea of remaining in Christ, being connected as us being the branches to the main vine. Right? See, what Christ is trying to say is that we must be rooted in Him. That we must get all our energy, our being from Him, being rooted, remaining in Him. Now, see, we're blessed today, by the way, to have a First Holy Communion at this Mass. This is a rare 7:30 a.m. First Holy Communion. By the way, very impressed that you're up this early in the morning. Good job. Let's give them a little bit of a round of applause, by the way. See, we're called to remain in Christ and bear fruit. The only way we can, as branches, bear fruit is by being nourished by the main vine stock, Jesus Christ. Now, it's going to come as no shock to anyone here, but the easiest way spiritually to be nourished by Christ is the Holy Eucharist. It's obvious. It is Christ Himself. He even comes in the appearance and form of food, bread, and wine. The most basic, maybe not wine, but at least bread, the most basic of all those physical sustenances. Now, I know I feel like you're like a keto diet. You're not supposed to eat bread, but that's a new thing, not an old thing. So we're going to go with the old stuff because it's good, right? Old things tend to be better. Anyway, not going to make anyone who's on a keto diet angry this morning. But the reality is that we are called to be nourished by Christ. He gives us all of our life. Obviously not just physical, but more importantly, spiritual. And if we're connected to Him, if we remain in Him, if we're nourished by Him, we will bear fruit. Simple. And so, we can ask ourselves, are we being nourished by Christ? Are we letting Christ nourish us? Or are we doing anything that maybe inhibits the ability of those spiritual nutrients to really take their effect? See, as most people know, part of a good, healthy life is part of its diet, part of its lifestyle. We have to have both. A good diet helps us live better, but if we act like dummies and ignore our diet, well, then we're in a problem. We have a problem there. And so we have to ask ourselves, if we're here being nourished, and look, by the way, you're 50% there, guys. You're here on Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. receiving the Eucharist. You're doing great, right? The next part is, do we allow these fruits, these nutrients to do their work within us? And then secondly, the other reality I wanted to look at very briefly is this idea of being pruned. This idea of being pruned, of kind of, being pruned, being kind of trimmed and cut and kind of shaped and molded. I don't know if anyone's been to look at our beautiful rose garden. Basically every day. It's every day, right? More or less? I think, yeah, he's like, yeah, it's every day. You prune something, you put in the good work, the hard work, the effort, the attention, precisely because you know that it can be better, that it can be more beautiful, that it can bear fruit, more fruit, that it can be holier. And so, my brothers and sisters, if you are being pruned by Christ now, or when you have, or if you have, or when you will be, because it inevitably happens, thank the Lord for that. Because it means He sees potential in you. It may hurt on the front end, but it pays off. And if you look at yourself, before and after the pruning, everybody, you will see, as can others, that Christ was able to make you flourish, flower, blossom, and bear more fruit, even richer than before. And so, my brothers and sisters, those are just two of the things I wanted to look at: being remaining in Christ, being rooted in Him and nourished by Him, and then as we bear fruit, being pruned, so that we can bear more fruit and be holier than before.